Let's preview UFC Fight Night Cejudo versus Dillashaw. This is the first event of 2019. It is also the first event in UFC's new era with ESPN. It's the 9th event in the state of New York and the 464th UFC event in total. The main event is for the UFC Flyweight Championship between the current UFC Bantamweight Champion TJ Dillashaw and the defending UFC Flyweight Champion Henry Cejudo. This is the 5th time in the promotion's history that the UFC has put on an undisputed champion versus undisputed champion bout, and if successful, Dillashaw will become the 4th fighter to hold 2 belts simultaneously, and also the 7th to hold a title in different divisions. And that really is the main storyline. Dillashaw is on a quest to create a real legacy for himself and etch his names in the history books as a double champ. He tried to make this fight happen with former flyweight champion Demetrius Johnson, but to no avail. The future of the flyweight division is a little uncertain right now, but you get a feeling that if Cejudo wins, it's a sort of tick in the box for the 125-pounders. So I imagine his flyweight rivals are actually pulling for him against the invading bantamweight champion. So here's really what we're looking at. We last saw both fighters at UFC 227 in August of 2018. This fight will be the 6th main event for TJ and the 1st for Cejudo, but we should also consider Cejudo's experience in the Olympics, where he was a 2008 gold medalist in freestyle wrestling and caused one of the biggest upsets in 2018, dethroning Demetrius Johnson, who had defended his belt for a record 11 times. He's now a 2-sport world champion and is most definitely a fast evolving MMA fighter, shedding the look of a pure wrestler and earning some stripes in striking. In a weird way, the headlines have looked similar to those from back when TJ Dillashaw beat Renan Barão for the bantamweight title, where he employed a brilliant strategy and became recognised very much for his striking rather than his collegiate wrestling base. Both therefore have excellent wrestling. Cejudo, probably the best in mixed martial arts. Let's consider some stats then. Dillashaw is a proven, exciting fighter. He is a 3 times Performance of the Night winner. He can also get it done late, being the first fighter to finish title bouts in the 5th round twice. He has landed 9 knockdowns in UFC competition, the most in bantamweight history. He is by far the division's most active striker with a record number of significant strikes landed. And he has another threat with his submissions. He's tied #1 for submission attempts in UFC bantamweight history, and then you add in a solid takedown defense with 86%. Now the champion Cejudo has 2 Performance of the Night bonuses, and as you expect, has proved himself difficult to take down. It's only happened once, and that was against Demetrius Johnson. He's on a 3-fight win streak and has never sounded more confident. Dillashaw has a greater body of work in the UFC and against more decorated opposition. He has refined his game to excellent effect and is one of the best out there, no doubt. Cejudo proved his doubters wrong last time out though. Each time we see him, the improvement levels are very noticeable. So does that mean we'll see another level from his last outing? The betting lines are favouring TJ right now. I've seen him as a -240 favourite and the current 125-pound champion at +185. What sort of fight should we expect? Well, in 2018, only 46% of flyweight bouts ended with a finish, but can this one produce an early night? Dillashaw has finished his last 2 by TKO, but will his power carry down when he cuts that final 10 pounds? We shall see. This one for the UFC Flyweight Championship.